This is Sebastian Bach. I'm on the Bach Down Under tour, November 2025. Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Bris Vegas. And I'm
Bris
talking to you
Vegas.
from Las Vegas. Talking to you from Las Vegas. From Las Vegas to Bris Vegas.
Fantastic. Sebastian, thanks for joining us today, brother. Always a pleasure.
Cool.
As you say, man, you return to Australia this November for a run of shows starting in Fremantle on the 21st of November. Then you hit Adelaide, Melbourne, and Sydney and finish in Brisbane on the 29th. So, how you feeling, mate? It's been a while.
So we started Fremantle?
It's, according to my notes, you do.
I thought we started in Perth. Is that
Oh, that's
Fremantle's like
Fremantle's in Perth, bro.
I thought Fremantle's like another city that's north of Perth.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
well, I
I don't
wouldn't
know.
walk it.
Well, that's where Bon Scott's from, right?
Exactly, brother.
So that's rock and roll, hallowed ground right there. So,
Hell yeah, mate. Hell yeah.
well,
And I
we
noticed
were,
looking through the run sheet too that you've actually left yourself a few days off this time, mate. So you're going to be doing a bit of touristy stuff?
well, I would like to play more cities. I would like to play Canberra. I'd like to play Hobart. I'd like to play Wollongong. I don't know, maybe we can do some more cities. I'd like to do New Zealand. But I remember looking at a tour sheet from Pink from Australia, and she played like 35 cities, and I'm like, what the heck, man? Like I didn't even know there were that many cities in Australia.
It probably isn't.
Well, yeah, she plays like everywhere. So I would like to do even more. Let's fill up those days off with some more gigs, maybe, is my point.
Sounds good to me. Like you said earlier, bro, you're going to be performing Skid Row's self-titled debut album in full, which you've been doing overseas already. So how are those shows been going?
Well, we actually did that way back in 2019 because it was the
Oh,
30th anniversary. It came out in 1989. And we were booked to play Australia in 2020. But then 2020 happened. So we couldn't leave the house. And we have not been back since. And the promoter was like, please give us that tour because everybody was excited about it and it never happened. So we're only doing this in Australia. This is only
wow.
for Australia because it was already going to happen and then it couldn't happen. So we're going to do
Right.
it. The first record is only 45 minutes long. So that's not a full show. So we'll be doing new songs from my new record, Child Within the Man. We'll be doing a couple songs from Slave to the Grind. But we got some really good new songs. Like What Do I Got to Lose is the closest thing that I've had to a hit in 35 years. People love that tune. The video is almost 2 million views, which is double platinum in my day.
Back in the day.
That's right. So we got some great new songs, and people love the first record, Skid Row. So you know, we only have one life. We gotta make the most of it. So we're gonna give you the tour.
Damn. Right. Now, how was it for you relearning the songs from that debut album, mate? Because I can imagine when the band wrote it, they wouldn't have expected to ever play the whole thing one day. So was there any difficulties learning some of the songs?
Well, there's certain notes that are very challenging. We actually we actually in America did another tour that we did the album Slave to the Grind in its entirety with 40 cities. Like
That would have
crazy
been
how
hard.
much I've done this. But what I learned when you said, was it challenging relearning the first record? I learned that the first record was more about singing and Slave to the Grind was more about screaming.
Yeah, true.
Like a song like Living on a Chain Gang off Slave, that is just me screaming at the top of my lungs as for the whole song. On the first record, there's more pop sensibility. Slave to the Grind, I think, is way more metal, like for sure, like for sure. But the first record, Skid Row, it captures a real innocence about us as a band and about the times, 1989. It just has a real innocent quality to it.
Speaking about the time like 1989 when it came out, bro, like that album did put Skid Row on the map, but what was the musical climate like back then that gave birth to that album? And where did you fit in?
That came out right when Guns N' Roses was huge. Bon Jovi was huge. But really, when we put that album out, Guns N' Roses was huge. Like before that album, we all used to tease our hair up, like like the band Wrathchild from the UK. Nikki Sixx, like backcombing her hair and spraying it up and putting on tons of makeup. And then when Guns N' Roses came out, that shit was over. That was not cool anymore. And I remember the first photo session that we did as Skid Row, we had huge poofy hair and makeup. And when you looked at the pictures, we go, we can't do this anymore. It's like stupid. It's like, I mean, I still like all that glam stuff, but when Guns N' Roses came out, everything became like dirtier, you know,
Right.
more street level and not so glamorous and Hollywood. It was more like, you know, down and dirty like AC/DC or Rose Tattoo or,
Tougher.
down and dirty tattoo rock
Yeah.
and roll. Yeah.
Tattoo rock. Now you mentioned that the songs went from sort of more poppy, rocky metal to metal on Slave to the Grind. Like there's only a 2 year difference between those albums. So there was a pretty massive shift in sound. Like a lot of bands would have stuck with the original
Yeah.
one and just recycled the first album because it worked. But you guys went out on a limb and went harder and heavier. Like, why?
Well, we sensed what was going on around us, and people were getting tired of uh, pop metal at that point. Like there was so many bands that kind of were the same, and we didn't want to be the same as all the other bands. And we were also very like I was very young recording the first record. I was like 19 or 20 making that album, and then 21 or 22 we're out to prove that we weren't just like a ballad band, because I Remember You, especially I Remember You, was a huge massive song. I have a gold single from Australia for I Remember You, just the song. And so we wanted to be like tough dudes. We didn't want to be like, oh, there's the ballad band. So we're like, fuck that shit. We're like, so we're gonna make a metal album, and that's what we did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You said you're also going to be playing songs from your solo career, including last year's Childhood in the Man album. So
Yeah.
that was your first album in 10 years since Give 'Em Hell came out in 2014. So was it received as well as you expected?
Yes. The song "What Do I Got to Lose" was a minor radio hit here in America, which I didn't think was possible anymore. In fact, the record company, Raining Phoenix Music, called me. I'll never forget this. When the album came out, they go, Sebastian, your song, "What Do I Got to Lose," is the number one most added song on FM radio in America this week. And I go, you got to be kidding me, because I didn't know if I could ever get a song on the radio again. And so for me, that is a very big accomplishment. And that lets me know I can do that again, even like if I just did it. So, I mean, that was, I never thought I would get on the radio again. So that was really cool. And that video is now almost 2 million views, which is great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you've just done something with Orianthi as well.
Yeah. That's a song called Future of Youth. And the video features Orianthi from Adelaide, Australia.
Home
It
girl.
also features my daughter, and it's about, the future of youth. And I'm very concerned about this planet and how we're not taking care of it. And it's so fucking hot outside. It's 120 degrees today here or something like that. And I just worry about the future of youth. I wonder what this planet's going to be like when I'm gone, what we're leaving behind for our kids. So not to be too heavy there, but that's what the song's about.
I'm hearing you, bro. I got 9 and 10-year-old daughters, and I never used to worry about stuff like that. But these days, you find yourself caring, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I see the news, I see the floods that you guys have down in Australia that like flooded the whole city. And here it's like so hot you can't even go outside. And I just get scared about this planet Earth. We only have one planet to live on as of now.
True. So essentially, bro, you've been performing for 40 years, mate. So how has your role as a vocalist changed over that time? Like the music industry now is so different to what it was when you started.
It sure is. Yesterday, I had a businessman reaching out to me about licensing my voice and name for AI so anybody could use my voice to make music. And I'm like, fuck that shit. And then everybody's like, dude, that's the way it is now. No, but like you either are gonna be a part of it or somebody else is gonna just take it. And I
Exactly.
and I'm like, I don't want any of you to have my voice. That's mine.
Fair enough, too.
But they're like, oh, they can make it and it'll sound better than ever. I go, shut the fuck up. I'm the one that makes it sound. The computer's not going to make me sound better. Like, stop it. But I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't even know AI fucking. I'm just into I. I'm not into A.
I can't even spell AI, mate. I'm that bad at it.
Well, right now I'm looking at this screen. It's got a picture of me. It's got you, and then underneath it says "Read AI meeting notes." What is that?
That transcribes it automatically for me at the end so that I don't have to spend an hour going through and transcribing everything.
Oh, okay, all
That's
right.
that's me being
Well,
lazy.
okay. Well, that's not too bad use of
Yeah,
AI, I guess.
yeah, I won't use it for too much else, man. It saves me about an hour every interview having that there.
Oh,
So
right on, right on.
yeah,
Cool.
cool. What else have we got? So you did mention your voice before, bro. Like one thing I've been reading about every show you've done lately is how powerful your voice is and how good it's sounding. Like, do you personally still feel like it's coming out right?
It's knock on wood. I got no problems with my. I don't even like. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm 57 years old, and I have a whole technique vocally to get my voice going, and it's worked for 35, 40 years now. And it's just scales, and you have to sing every day properly. Like if you go too hard, you're gonna find it difficult to come back. Like I got to sing a song like 18 in Life, which is very kind of gentle, but then a song like Monkey Business, which is the opposite of gentle. And so I have to be conscious of not going too hard. That's the thing.
Do you have to like in the set list? Do you have to structure the song so your voice eases into the heavier stuff, or can you
Yeah.
just go from one to the other?
No, I got to do a song like 18 in Life near the beginning of the set because um, the more I scream, the harder it is to go back to the gentle
Okay.
singing. So I have to schedule the songs in a certain way. I don't do 18 in Life at the end of the show. Like I I I do a song like Youth Gone Wild at the end where I can let it rip. And then I got all night to heal up.
Let's see AI fucking do that.
Yeah. Right on.
All right, Sebastian. Well, thanks very much for your time, mate. Always a pleasure speaking with you. The tour kicks off on November 21st. in Perth, Fremantle, over that side of the world. And every time I've seen you in the past, you've been sensational, bro. So I'm looking forward to catching you in Brisbane.
Well, I'm in good shape. I've been doing my hot yoga. My voice is feeling great. I'm quite a bit actually trimmer than I was last time I was in Australia. So I'm really working out all the time, ready to rock. Can't wait to come back to Australia. I love Australia. I always have. It reminds me of Canada, where I grew up. We're both British colonies. We both like HP sauce on everything. Fish and chips with salt and
Fish and chips,
vinegar.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. So, I always feel like I'm in a beautiful part of Canada when I'm in Australia. But you guys have way better weather, obviously.
We
So
do
I
indeed.
always feel kind of like like I felt when I was a kid. I don't know what it is, but Australia feels like home to me. I don't know why, but it does.